What's going on, everybody? Blaze here over at Blue Chip Athletic Club to talk to you about a little mobility for you to use when you're warming up. So, first things first, you're going to get into what's called the world's greatest stretch. We're basically just going to do 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off of either side. So, you'll get down into what's called tabletop kind of position here. You're going to then, or excuse me, up plank. You're going to bring your left leg up by your left hand. And now what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to sink my hips into the posture. I'm going to kind of make my back leg as long as I can, keeping it really straight. I'll kind of floss around in this position. I can sometimes turn. I'm turning my left toes out to the left. Same with my back toes. I'm going to let my hips drop. Ooh, that's really good for the glute. Come here, and then the last thing I can kind of floss through is I can straighten my front leg, kind of pull my toe up, and that's going to allow me to kind of get the back of the leg, the hamstrings, and the calves a little bit. And I'm kind of just going to move through whatever space is a little tight. If I want to, I can drop my left forearm down towards the ground, stretch out that front hip, and then I'll basically just floss through for the full 45 seconds. Once that 45 seconds is done, I'm going to switch sides. So switch however you want to. Again, plant the hands kind of in an up plank. Drive my right leg now by the right hand. And now I'm just going to kind of explore a little bit what's tight. Again, this side I can straighten the leg first if I want. Kind of get into the move. Again, if I want to turn my toes, I'm turning toes now out to the right. My right toes out to the right. Same with my left toe. I'm going to hover. Oh, that hip. Oh, that feels really good. And I'll work through kind of whatever tight spots I'm working with this morning. Oh, baby. All right. So after our 45 seconds on, oh, baby, we'll take our 15 seconds of rest. The next move we're going to do is going to be a tabletop to a sissy squat from the ground. So what I'm going to have you do is you'll sit here, feet out kind of in front of you, and I'm going to plant my hands so that my fingers are facing forward, kind of right here under my shoulders, and I'm going to pop my butt up off the floor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to extend my legs, and I'm going to let my hips, notice how I'm walking my feet back a little bit, my hips drive until they're right under kind of my head. So I'm not on the ground like this. I'm pushing into the floor, picking myself up here. Next step now is I'm going to bend my legs, rock my feet forward. You may even have to walk them back a little bit. I'm going to flip my hands around to now face backwards. And now I'm going to walk back just so I don't go out of the frame. I'm going to drive my knees, oh baby, up and over until they're close to touching the ground. And then I'm going to bring my legs back, my feet flat on the ground, flip my hands back, kick my feet out, and I'm going to walk back between. So I'm basically just going to work this kind of motion forward and back, flipping the hands. This should get the shoulders really warm and also feel pretty good on the knees and the hips. So we'll kind of just floss through. After our 45 seconds is done, we're going to take to the floor. We'll take our 15 seconds of rest, shake our wrists out. They may be a little bit tight after that. And the last move here for this warm-up is going to be some knee 90s. So what we're going to do, sit right on our butt. We'll plant our feet here on the floor. I'm going to try to not use my hands, so hands are going to be out kind of in front. If you have to, you can plant your hands behind for a little bit of stability. I'm going to come down. Both knees come down to the left. At this point, I'm making two 90-degree angles here with my feet. I can lean forward, get myself a little glute stretch on my left side. Then if you really want to, take your hands up off the ground, press into the floor, get yourself up off the floor. and then we can come down nice and slow, and then we'll switch sides. So now feet again, pass through the middle, down now to the right, leaning over, and then up onto that shin box on the front leg, slow back down the other way. It's okay if you have to plant your hands. So if you're planting your hands, you're going to be here, or maybe a little bit of support to get you up off the floor with one side. And then the same thing, hands down, a little bit of support off the other side. But eventually, if you can go look ma, no hands, that will be ideal and help you kind of loosen up your hips before a big workout. So those couple moves, go through for 2 rounds. Let me know how you guys do. We'll see you in the next video. Later.